again I'm repeating, without functional dependency, we cannot go for normalization, where normalization is one of the approach to give us, these are the rules actually, to help us to design a better database. Okay, because in this module what we are studying, we have studied all the guidelines. Those guidelines will help us to identify our mistake and also help our database, one of the formal database. Okay, it means what, anywhere we can apply the database to the front end application or also some back end data processing task. So that's why the you can say the key to normalization is functional dependency. Okay, so I'm moving to explain many things. I'm sharing a notepad. See here, what are the topics I'm going to discuss? Then I'll return. So first I'll discuss some mathematical concept, because functional dependency is completely formal, hence it is mathematical. We need to know some functional concept or function relation concept that you have studied in PUC. What is function relation, different type of function mapping actually, so that the same mapping will apply while uh, creating or relating different attributes. Okay, in a relation. Okay, for example, in primary key attribute, that is relating other two other attributes. Okay, so that will help. So I am sharing a notepad that will help to discuss what are the topics to cover today. Okay, see here, this is FDs. So it is written, I am maximizing the font size. Font. So today I'll discuss these things. First is what is functional dependency. Then I'll tell what is multi-valued functional dependency. Okay, this is a single word, multi-valued functional dependency. Then I'll tell what is transitive functional dependency. Then what is full functional dependency. What is partial functional dependency. What is trivial functional dependency. Okay, remember these are necessary for your quiz, because we have planned your midterm test or other second test also. Remember, there maximum chance will be there will be no written exam. So what I am discussing today, we'll share or we'll divide as per the group 3-4 members, and that may be possibly a GD, group discussion. Okay, some question I'll ask or some topic I will give, your understanding will check, then as per that we'll give marks. Okay, so there, because if you give some written type exam, so there will be some what is that, cheating something, the students can share the answer. So that's why we have planned to utilize that the skills, to check the skills of understanding skills of the a student. Okay, that's why I'm asking everybody please attend. So today's topic, I'll cover those things: functional dependency, multi-valued dependency, transitive functional dependency, full functional dependency, then partial functional dependency, trivial functional dependencies. Okay, some quiz you will ask what is trivial. Okay, 4 multiple choice will be given, then you need to select one. Then determinant, what is the meaning of determinant, and what is determinant to an attribute, what is determinant to dependent and dependent attribute, what is the difference between determinant and dependent attribute, what is a prime attribute as determinant, what is a non-prime attribute as dependent. Okay, then what is whether no all dependent attributes are non-prime, prime and non-prime attribute, those things, these are the term, remember, database term. Then finally we'll know from these functional dependency we can identify from a relation which attribute can be a key, or also called candidate key. Okay, because this candidate key will help us to divide the relation, to decompose the relation, to help us to normalize the relation. Okay, so many normalizations are there, 1 2 3 4 BCNF. So in every relation this functional dependency will be utilized. Okay, so I'm fast moving to what is functional dependency. Okay, so I'm sharing paint here. I'll, because something I'll need to write in demonstrate, so that's why I'm moving to paint. Okay, so where is that? Let's see here. Wait for 2 minutes. Don't create sound. Okay, on title paint. Okay, so this is a paint screen I'm showing you to discuss what is functional dependency. So first topic is I'm covering what is functional dependency. So for that I'm discussing a mapping. What is mapping here? You have familiar with this. Okay, so this is a function. Okay, remember this is a set, you can say this is a set, Okay, and this is another set. This is, you can identify this as AB. Forget about relation or table. Okay, so this is what something I'm creating a mapping. There are different type of mappings. Okay, so let these are some values. Okay, I'm putting this as dot. Dot means different values or different elements present in a set. You can assign this as A. So A is a set. Okay, A is a set, and this is B. So B is another set. This is B. B is another set, and these are the elements of A. Okay, so I'm putting as dot. So these are different elements of A. There are many elements under A. Okay, and okay, for elements of B, I'm putting let as cross. So these are the elements of B. Silent and listen. These are different elements of B. I'm putting cross. Cross means there are different elements under B or under set B. Okay. So this may be same or different. See, if it has from some 5 number of elements, it may be more than 5 number of elements because these are two different sets. These are not equal sets. Okay. So now here, what is a mapping? If I say a mapping or function. Okay. So I'm giving the name of function is F. Okay. So this function is A to B. So how can I represent this? I can say this is function is A to B. Okay, function is A to B. I'm writing this function is A to B, and there is a equation let for every element x in A. Okay, for every element x in A. So let the function is x square plus 2, x square plus 2. So this is a mapping. Okay, so where x is an element of A. So let this is an element. Okay, let this is 1. Then 1 square plus 2 is 3. Okay, so let it will find 3 here. So let this one is 3. So this is a mapping. Let the first one is 3. So this is a mapping from 1 to 3 as per this function. Similarly, this is another element. Obviously, these are set means no repetition. So let this element is 2. So then if I apply 2 here, then I'll get 2 into 2 plus 2, that is 6. So let this is 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is present here. Let this one is 6. So this is a mapping. Similarly, let this element is 3. So 3 into 3 or 3 square is 9 plus 2 is 11. So 11 is present somewhere else here. Okay. And similarly 4 and 4 cross 4 is 16 plus 2 is 18. So 18 is present somewhere else here. And then 5 into 5 is 25 plus 2 7, and 7 is present let somewhere else here. Okay. You can see this function, this mapping is F A to B, which is x square plus 2. Okay. Now see here, what is this mapping called? This mapping is called 1-1 mapping. Please understand. This is called 1-to-1 mapping. This is called 1-to-1 mapping. Okay. And now here for every A, since we are identifying B, let without A value, without X value, we cannot generate the value of Y. Let there is a dependency. I'm asking initially, let I told that two different sets, but now I'm telling that B is not a set. Okay, B is a dependent set. It means all elements of B will form from the elements of A. It means what? This will be removed, this will be removed, because this will become independent. Dependent means once you know the value of A, then you will know the value of B. So this element, other elements, those are not mapping with A, this will not be removed. So this is removed, this is also removed. So if you remove these two elements from B, then this will be completely, now the elements of B will be completely dependable to A. Then we can say this as B is functionally dependent to A, and this is identified as in this arrow. Please remember, a functional dependency A to B. Okay, or shortly we can write FD. So now FD is what? A functional dependency between A to B. Okay, where A is a determinant. Okay, remember the term, where A is a determinant, independent set. Okay, and B is a dependent set. Okay, so in this functional dependency, the definition of functional dependency says for any two set, I'm not talking about relation, or I'm not talking about any database term, I'm talking about mathematical terms here. For any two set A, if one set is, for any two set A and B, if set B is dependable to set A, then we can say A is a determinant to B, and the relation between A and B is called functional dependency between A and B, and it is represented by A arrow B. Okay, the left side is always independent, and the right side is always dependent. But previously, if you assume in this case 1-1 mapping, 1-1 mapping means there are two different sets. They are not dependent, or they are completely independent to each other. Okay, no one is dependent. But if I mapping, if you say a special case where we are assuming one set is dependent to other, then we can say the relation between these two set is called functionally dependable set or functional dependent. So this is the actual definition of AFD. So now I'm moving to that notepad. If I ask what is functional dependency, where is notepad? Okay, if I ask what is functional dependency, okay, where is, okay, now if I ask what is functional dependency, then we will write the definition. Functional dependency F, functional dependency F, okay, is denoted by, this is the definition, functional dependency F is denoted by X to Y, okay, something like capital X, okay, X to Y, okay, so this is the definition, capital Y. Functional dependency F is denoted by X to Y, where X is a determinant and Y is a dependent set. Okay, so now not only one case, there may be chance of what, many one, there may be a chance of many one. Some equation I can say, okay, some equation, what is many one? If you there is a concept of onto mapping, 1-1 mapping, surjection, bijection. If you go through that mathematics, you will find the mapping is not 1-1 type always. The mapping is also sometimes many one type, one many type, many type. Okay, but in functional, here in functional dependency, there is no many type functional dependency. Okay, so there is always either 1-1 functional dependency or many one functional dependency. Okay, so that will help to find whether the functional dependency is single valued functional dependencies or multi-valued functional dependency. Okay, so as for the relation, as per the mapping, whether it is 1-to-1 or whether it is many-to-one. Many-to-one means, what is many-to-one? What is many-to-one? If I ask what is many-to-one, will be the many value of A will identify single value of B. Okay, so many value of A will identify at combined together. Okay, or individually also, many value of A will identify a single value of B. Okay, so you can see if I say another many-to-one, so if this is a set, if this is a set for example, okay, and this is another set, okay, and many value means this is one value and this is another value. So in this type of relation, so this is a single value, okay, and this is, I am putting marks and I'm putting tick marks, and here I'm putting cross mark. Okay, so it means what, two values are giving the same value. So let the values are, let 1, this is 2, this something 3. So let 1, 2 are mapping with some function. Let not be x square plus 1, something x square or some value. Let, okay, you will that thing I'm not covering here, but you will find if you apply some trigonometry, if you apply some many mathematics are there. Okay, then you will definitely find for two different value or more than one different value, you will find single value. Okay, so this type of mapping is called functional dependency, but where determinants are many. Okay, the values or the pairs of determinants or different values of determinants will identify same value of the dependent entity. So in that case, so this type of functional dependency is called, if I say let this functional dependency is F, okay, and this set is A, okay, and this set is B, okay, for any element A, for any element of A is X, okay, and it is identifying, okay, many value, okay, multi-value attribute. Okay, so this is, let I'm reversing this one. Okay, let this is not A, let this is not A, B, this is A, and this is let B. See here, I'm reversing this one. Even means single value of A is identifying many value. Okay, so in that case, so X to Y will be multi-value functional dependency, and it will be identified as double arrow. Please remember. So this functional dependency between A to B will be a multi-value functional dependency, where X is determinant always and Y will always be a dependent attribute. Okay, so now we'll put this equation to identify which relation will be better and which will not be better. Okay, so this is all about the definition of functional dependency and multi-value dependency. I'm moving to now the power. No, I'm not moving to. Okay, you see the PowerPoint what is written now. We'll see something. Okay, See here, what is written about functional dependency? A functional dependency is a constraint between two sets of attribute. Now it is related to the database. Okay. Now what I covered now mathematics. Now it is relating to database. It is a constraint between two sets of attribute. So if I say A and B are not two sets, if I say A and B are two different attributes in a table, okay, or if you are combining more than one table by foreign key, there also it's you can relate. But now for the first time, you let consider both the attributes are present in one table. Okay, example, registration number to name, or registration number to CGPA. So one registration number, let for example 60, will identify the CGPA 7.5. The second, let there are 10 students and every students have different CGPA. Then registration number 60 will have CGPA 7. Registration number 61 will have CGPA 7.1. Registration number 62 will have CGPA let 7.2. Registration number 63 will have CGPA let 7.3. So they have unique value. So this type of relation between registration number to CGPA is a functional dependency, where you can assume the set of all values present in the registration number is a set. Okay, so here registration number will be a set. Similarly, the set of values present in the CGPA will be the elements under the set CGPA. So this type of relation between 1 to 1 will be a functional dependency. Now the same thing you can change. Let two students they have scored the same CGPA 60 and 61. Let for example they have same CGPA 7. So in that case, so now the relation to registration number with same CGPA. Okay, so this relation you can say many rows are identifying single. Okay, so this is a multi-value dependency. Or you can say one registration number, sometimes let two different, okay, that will be difficult for you. Now in this case only let two students are scoring, or all students are scoring, 10 different students, they are scoring, the first 5 students are scoring same CGPA, and the second 5 students they are scoring, for example, let different CGPA. First 5 students they are scoring let 7 CGPA. The second set of students they are scored let for example 6 CGPA. So in that case, this roll number to CGPA, we can say this is a multi-value functional dependency. So MBD will be cover more. MBD is not important because MBD will be discussed in case of fourth normal form. So until fourth normal form, we'll cover in this functional dependency. Now I'm telling to the actual definition. A functional dependency denoted by X to Y between two sets of attributes X and Y that are subsets of relation R specifies a constraint, okay, a restriction on the possible tuples that can form a relation state R of R. Okay, the constraint is that for any two tuples T1 and T2 in R that have T1 of X is equal to T2 of X, they must have T1 of Y equal to T2 of Y. So this thing I'm giving more examples, you will note, but before to that you understand what is T1 of X. If you fetch a tuple, okay, if you fetch a tuple, then let I am fetching first tuple. So in that first tuple I found registration number 6, okay, registration number 60, okay, and the CGPA let I found 7. Let I'm fetching another tuple. Let's here what is written, T1 of X equal to T2 of X. It means what? If some are, let these two are same, when these two will be same, when you fetch the same row, okay, the same row 2 times. So here what is written, if tuple 1, the first tuple of X equal to second tuple of X, it means what? How it is possible? It is only possible if you are fetching the same row 2 times, okay, or the value of X, let it is repeating. Then if you are changing X to Y for tuple 1, then it will also the same Y, remember the same Y you will fetch for the second X. I'm giving more example. You can see what is the functional dependency. Let I'm creating two tables. Let I'm creating two tables. Okay. Let I'm creating two tables to discuss more on functional dependency. So let I'm creating two tables. Okay, one table. So let this is a table. Okay, I'm not identifying anyone as primary key. I'm not identifying anyone as primary key. Okay, simply I'm telling, because primary key concept we will discuss after functional dependency concept. Let there are many rows. Let there are many rows. I'm picking this attribute. Let the attribute name is A, and this attribute name is B, and this is C. and this is D. There are 4 attributes. Okay, and now you can assume this is a set. Okay, this is also a set. There are 4 sets. Okay, this is also a set. This is also sets. I'm picking these 2 sets. So okay, so now here if there are 4 elements and this is also 4 elements. Okay, and now here there is a mapping between these two and these two, these two and these two completely. It means what? If I change this row, well, let for example this value is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Okay, and this is let something x1 and this is x2. Okay, some values, different values. So here this is 1 1 mapping and this is x3 and this is x4. What is the meaning of functional dependency? Say, so here I'm picking one tuple, first tuple. For that first tuple, let this is t1 and this is t2. Okay, second tuple, and this is t3, the third tuple, and this is t4, the fourth tuple. Now here for any 2 tuple where x is same, where a is same, which 2 tuple x are same? No 2 tuple x are same. Let I am assuming this is 1, this is also 1. It means what? For these 2 tuples x are same. If for any 2 tuple x are same, then ultimately if you change this 2 to 1, then this will also you need to change from x2 to x1. So this is functional dependent because it is a 1 1 mapping. Okay, again I'm repeating, for any 2 tuple, let I'm taking this 2 tuple. Okay, so let initially it is 1 and it is 3. If for any 2 tuple where x value is same, x value same means this is not same, let I'm changing this 3 to 1 so that the x value of these 2 tuple are same, then ultimately the y value of this set must be same. It means what? If for 1 it is y1 or x1, then if I change this from 3 to 1, then definitely this x3 will be changed to x1. So this is functional dependency. It means what? The meaning of this what? For any 2 tuples, if we are not changing the value of a, then don't change the value of b. If we are changing the value of a, then we have to change the value of b. It means completely the value of b is depending on the value of a. If we are changing here, then please change here. If you are not changing here, then don't change here. Okay, so this is the description of what? Functional dependency. Completely depends. So here b is completely depending on a. So a is a functional dependent to which attribute? B attribute. Okay, so that's why that one I covered in PPT. Okay, so this is written here. What is written? For any 2 tuples where x value are same, for t1 and t2 where x is same, then that for those 2 tuple y must be same. For any 2 attribute x and y, then we can say this x to y is a functional dependent to each other. Okay, so now this is all about what? Functional. Now I'm moving to transitive. Okay, next other. Okay, we'll move to the next slide once you will be clear. Okay, so now the next concept of functional dependency is what? Multiple dependence. Same thing. If there is not one mapping, if it is many one mapping or reverse one many mapping, okay, then you can say multiple dependency. Next, coming to transitive functional dependency. The same thing. What is transitive functional dependency? Let I have picked 3 attributes. One attribute in the relation x. Forget about relation. Let I consider 3 sets. One set is A, one set is B, and one set is C. Okay. So now here there is a relation. There is a functional dependency between A to B. There is a functional dependency between A to B. It means A is determinant, B is dependent. Similarly, let there is a functional dependency between B to C, where B is determinant and C is dependent. So in that case, the transitivity functional dependency says, since A is relating to B or A is defining B and B is defining C, ultimately A will define C. Okay, so this is transitive functional dependence. These things you need to be clear so that while dividing, while decomposing, while separating the table, some columns we will separate, or while converting one table to 2 tables for better relation or for better database schema. So in that case, this transitive functional dependency will help. Okay, so here in the paint, what I told, what is transitive functional dependency? Now here, if there are 3 sets, not 2 sets, 3 or many sets, more than 2. So this is a single set, this is another set. Okay, so this is a third set, this one is fourth set, so 5 set. Or you assume that this is one attribute, this is second attribute, third attribute, fourth attribute, and fifth attribute in a relation. Now here in this 2, there is a functional dependency existing 1 1. So in this 2, there is a functional dependency existing 1 1. In this case, there is a functional dependency existing 1 1. And in this case also there is a functional dependency existing 1 1. Though there is no functional dependency existing directly from this to this, then still we can create transitively a functional dependency existing between to this the first to last. So this is transitive functional dependency. It's not 3, it may be more than 3. For example, best examples here, in a student database I am keeping some information like registration number, I'm keeping something hostel, let the student is staying in hostel, room number, let another attribute I am adding the capacity of that room. Okay, in a hostel some rooms with capacity 1, some room with capacity 2, some room with capacity let 4. So in that case here there is a relation between registration number to room number to identify which student is staying in which room. Then if I say there is also a relation between room number to know the room capacity, we have to know the room number. Okay, because the room number will tell what is the capacity of that room. In that case this here since the registration number is identifying the room number, because the registration number tell which student is staying in which room, and the room number is also telling what is the capacity of that room, then indirectly say here because of this functional dependency there is a functional dependency will be created transitively between registration number to room capacity. So here this usually this should not be good, because what my student, let's for example if I tell you student with registration number 7 and it is indirectly identifying the capacity of the hostel, so it should not be there. How? For example, randomly I'm picking one student, let for example 69. So 69 is telling what is the capacity of the room, but the 69 is not staying in room, a hostel, it is staying in for example parents home. So in that case, so we need to separate. If there is a transitive functional dependency existing in a table, then remember this is not a better table. So we need to filter, we need to separate. So in first table we will keep student registration number with room number. Another table we will create where it will keep room number and room capacity, so that registration number and room capacity will not be dependent. Okay, so this transitive functional dependency will create problem later. Hence, this must be clearly analyzed. Okay, before applying normalization. Okay, so now next part is what in the notepad, full functional dependency, another concept. What is full functional dependency? Okay, then what is partial functional dependency? This will also help to identify a particular normalization. Remember, transitive functional dependency will help to make your table in 3NF, please remember. And full functional dependency and also partial functional dependency will help to make the normalization 2NF. Remember it. So that's why if you clear on this, then you will tell which table is in which normal form. Okay, so that's why I'm moving to discuss more on this full and partial functional dependency. Okay, again moving to the paint. Here what is a full and partial functional dependency? Okay, so here I'm creating another paint. Okay, don't save now. Here what is full functional dependency? So now here this is a set, for example, let this is a set. Okay, and this is another set, try to understand. Okay, and this set is a Cartesian product of two sets A and B. Okay, so if apply Cartesian product of two sets A and B, so this will come in pair. Every element will be a pair. Every element will be a pair. So let the set is C. So let this set is C. So C is a Cartesian product of previously two sets A and B, where every element is a pair. So I am telling this as a pair. So two elements, every element is a two element. If you are thorough, this is 6th standard class. Okay, what is Cartesian product? So every element of a set is a pair. Okay, so two elements. So two elements here. So now here this is also two elements. Let there are how many elements? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 elements. Okay, 5 elements. So pair of elements. Okay, pair of elements are there. But this is another set. This is another set. It contains only single elements as set of elements. Okay, this is not pair of elements. Okay, the best example you can see, we have studied many relational schema. In bank schema you can see here where the relationship is what? Let works on. So works on is nothing but employee works on project. So every row if I fetch, so that row is nothing but a pair, because composite primary key is there. Okay, so one value must be from employee and one value must be from project. Okay, so that employee number, project number at a time you will take, so that will form the key. So in that case what will do, this pair let is identifying, this pair is let identifying one elements from another relation. Okay, or they now mathematics. Okay, let this is a set where every element is a pair, and this is another set where this element is not pair. Okay, but there is a functional dependency existing one to one. there is a functional dependency existing 1 to 1. So in that case, C is a determinant and D is a dependent attribute. Okay, so now I can relate from C to D, there is a functional dependency existing where C is a determinant prime attribute. Okay, I'll tell what is prime attribute. First, you remember the term. Since C is identifying every element of D in one-to-one mapping, then you can say C is a determinant and D is a dependent. Okay, so in that case, please give the arrow properly. So in that case, remember, again, another case is what? C, every element is a pair of element. So it means, let this is X and this is Y, or let this is 1 and this is A, and this is 2 and this is B. This is 3. Pair means one will come from A and one will come from B. Similarly, this is 3 and this one is, let's see, this is 4 and this is, let for example, D, and this is 5 and this is coming from, let E. This one is 6, let this is coming from B is, let F. Okay, and these are individual elements. Okay? Let the elements are something called let it is capital A. Okay, okay, something, and this is B, and this one is C, capital C, and this is D, and these are E, L, F, G, like that, any elements. Okay, another element is F. So many elements are here. So 1A is identifying A. What is the meaning of this? 1A is identifying A. 2B is identifying B. So 1, 2, 3, 4, these are coming from A. Individually you cannot take, this is a pair. Okay, if I ask what are the elements, don't say 1, 2, 3 are the elements of C. 1A, 2B, 3C, 4B, 4D, or 5P. So something, some combination also. B can be repeated. Let 4B. Okay, 4B also possible. If 1A is there, then 3A also possible. Okay, but pair. But this should not be repeated. If 1 is there, there should not be 1A. 1A, 3A, or something, 1, 5, many, or 1D or 1G, something. But this pair should not be repeated. The unique value, individual elements can be repeated. So in this case here, this functional dependence, 1A is identifying A, 2B is identifying B, again 3A is identifying, let's C, 4B is identifying, let capital B, again 5A is identifying, or capital D, something. Okay, and 5A is again identifying E. Okay, so in that case, this is a, obviously is a full functional dependent. But problem is what? Since the determinant contains more than 2 elements, so sometimes what will happen, there is another relation is also possible. Okay, there is maybe some another functional dependency possible. From there maybe another set possible from B to D, maybe there is existing. Let one functional dependency existing between C to D, and there is also another functional dependency existing B to D also. So if there is a functional dependency existing B to D, so in that case, what will do? What are the elements of B? The elements of B are AB again. So I can write A is also relating capital A, and B is also relating, let for example, capital. Then in this case, you will find there is ambiguity. What is that identity? A is mixing with 1 and is identifying A, and A is also separate, individually identifying A. Okay, because they are possible. For example, let I have a relation with my friend. Okay, I have a relation with my friend through, for example, let pair. Pair means, for example, let engineering friend. Let I'm classifying 2 sets. I have let up to 10th standard. There is a friend. Let the name of the friend is Jafar. Okay, so I have a friend up to 10th standard. Let there is that friend is Jafar. Again, while I joined in engineering, so again what happened? Me, okay, and one of my, for example, classmate, okay, or my senior. Let my senior name is something called Arjun. Okay, so me and Arjun itself, again we found Jafar also is our friend. Okay, the pair, it means what? So this Jafar is coming to me 2 times, through Arjun, through direct to me. So in that case, there is a problem. Okay, so first problem is what? There is okay existing existence of functional dependency, but this is also existing. So this, since this is AB is also identifying E, so this is, though this is coming through 1, again it is coming through individually. So this functional dependency will create problem later. Okay, if something will happen to Jafar, so then the problem will come 2 times to me. Okay, so we need to separate. Ambiguity always creates problem in database. If you have a friend, then identify that friend how. But if you identify that friend by 2 different way, then this is a problem. So this is called partial. Why this problem occurs? It says what? B cannot be determinant. Why B cannot be determinant in C? Because B can be determinant by attaching with the value of A, that is 2. In this case, 2B is identifying B. So B cannot be individual as determinant. So it is a full functional dependency. But in this case, says B can also identifying A. So this is now from 2B, the first mapping, first functional dependency, 2B is identifying B. In the second case, the same individual B is also identifying B. So now see here, if you compare in this case, so B is nothing but a partial functional dependency. Okay, if you assume this 2B as a key, let I have classified that in that relation, let 2B is a key now. So if 2B is a key, then key should identify all items. But from that key, a subset of that key, if 2B is a key, then subset of that key is identifying also the relation. So this will create a partial functional dependency. So this will create problem later. Okay, so these are the reasons you should know what is partial. Again, so this is the definition of full functional dependency. What is full functional dependency? Full functional, if there are two elements, they are identifying elements of a single of a set. If there are two elements at a time together, they're identifying a single element of another set, then the subset of that two element should not identify the same set of elements or the dependent set of elements again. Okay, so now I'm moving to a relation schema, okay, to explain what is partial dependency. What is that example? Best example, see here. Let name, registration number and name. Okay, or let there is no registration number. Okay, I'm always, for explaining partial dependency, don't take table or don't take entity, always take relationship. Okay, so the relationship I'm taking from the bank schema, let it is what is that? Workson. So workson is a relationship between employee to project. So workson says which let employee number is 1 and project number is P1. So 1 P1, I can identify what they can identify. They can identify the cost of the project. Let 1 P1 is identifying the cost of the project. Okay, or it is identifying what? How much the employee will get. Okay, as per the cost of the project. Okay, so let the cost of the project is 10,000. So what? So 1 is the employee number, P1 is a project. So 1 P1 is identifying 40,000, the cost of the project. Again, this one also identifying cost of the project, because this cost, full cost, is coming to the employee 1. So that in that case, we'll find partial dependency. So when there is a partial dependency, please remember you need to remove this thing from the table. Okay, so if there is a partial dependency existing, then through which that partial dependency, then you separate it. Okay, so you separate it and create a new table. Okay, so this is about full. Now what is full functional dependency? If the two pairs, there should not be any a subset of that pair that will identify, or that can be become a determinant. Okay, if AB is identifying C, so always AB will identify other. So always AB together will be the determinant. Partially B cannot be determinant, or partially A should not be determinant. If this thing is existing, then separate this. Okay, so from the relation. Next, coming to okay, trivial functional dependency. This is a special case of what is that functional dependency in the what is that this full functional dependency. Let's see here. If AB is identifying something, either A or B, this is always existing. Remember, this is called trivial. I can say here, if let there is a pair AB, if there is a pair AB, okay, always, it is always possible, the same relation. It is a functional dependency between, okay, the same set. Let there is a set AB, C, let the relationship existing between C to D. Let the functional dependency existing between C to D. And the elements of C is something AB. A is 1 is coming from A, so let it is 1. 1 is coming from B, let it is A. So small a, let. Okay, so 1A is identifying, let it is D, from the D. So D means let it is capital A. Okay, so this is a functional dependency between 1A to A. Then what is trivial functional dependency? If I replace this C to D functional dependency to something called A or B. Okay, so previously it is between C to D. Now I'm changing this functional dependency to C to A. Okay, C to A, let for example. Or if I say the functional dependency between, what about this A and B? A and B are nothing but the what is that? This A and B after Cartesian product is giving C. So that's why it means that C to A indirectly says C to C, because C is coming from A. Similarly, C to B indirectly says it is C to C because C is coming from B also. So that's why if this case of functional dependency are called trivial functional dependency. So the definition of trivial functional dependency says if the determinant identifying some dependent attribute where the dependent is a subset to the determinant, then we can say this is a trivial functional dependency. Here, C is determining B.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, we have another class, sir.
At what time?
3 o'clock. It's already time.
I'm stopping now. I'll share the video. Any doubt you can ask.
Sir.